This is a message from your guides reading for the truth. So I've already surrounded us in some protective space when I retrieved your code name, since this is the first time that I've read you. So I had to get your code name, and I'm going to go ahead and show you these crystals. Okay, so I'm going to start with the two that I pulled for you specifically. There's also some group ones here for all of the monthlies that I'm doing today. So this is my sodalite, and then this is my aura quartz, and both of them have kind of to do with the same thing. Aqua aura has to do with your throat chakra, with speaking your truth, with expressing who you are, connecting to yourself. And then this is the same type of thing. This really has to do with standing in your truth. It can have to do with setting boundaries. So speaking your mind, saying what's real to you, saying what makes sense to you, and what is authentic to you. So authentic communication. They also both have to do with speaking in front of others. So this can be just standing in your truth, just with one-on-one with a person. It can also mean speaking in front of a small group or speaking in front of a large group. It's just about expressing who you are. It also doesn't have to be with words. Okay, so those are the two that I pulled for you, and then I have my Shattuckite here. So this is the one group crystal that I've pulled here, and this is all about earth energies, healing with earth energies. It also has to do with claircognizance, inner knowing, clairvoyance, healing abilities, but really specifically with earth energies, the healing abilities have to do with. So obviously grounding. So this can be financial healing as well, feeling more grounded, more secure with your finances, feeling more financially abundant, and then also things like just being more clear-headed, being more aware, more present, because of the claircognizant factor that's there. Okay, so then I've also pulled here, I have the Piper. So this is a fairy card that I pulled, and he's playing music obviously, but he plays music to connect to his emotions and to help other people connect to their emotions, to connect to how they're feeling, and to express it and deliver it in an authentic way. So again, kind of be true to who you are, take your mask off. And then I have Sowelu here. This represents the sun. It can represent things like success, achieving goals. There's still this energy of being grounded and financially successful. That hasn't come up with any of the other readings with Sowelu, so that's coming up specifically for you. One thing that has come up for literally all of the readings, including this one with Sowelu, is it has to do with a connection to the divine, to your higher self or your guides, and to your own intuition. But again, the sun brings healing. The sun, there's also a feeling even of like inspiration and things like that. I don't know if there's something creative that you do for money, or that you would maybe want to do when it comes to your finances and with money. But it feels like some type of creative business. It feels like using your creative, kind of more artistic gifts that you have, and using those to really shine and also to prosper financially, to be more set and more solid financially. There's also a feeling of learning. So this feels like possibly school, learning something from a school, and studying is what it feels like. It feels like you have to really be true to yourself, what you want, be authentic to yourself, and don't do things that others want. And in some ways, there's a feeling like you have really nailed that. Your guides are saying that you are pretty good about that. You are good at being your authentic self, and you just need to be true to yourself, open to others, express yourself the way that it comes out, and really, that's divine. Just to be who you are and allow that openly, in an open way, allow that out and to express it in a truthful way, what's true to you and honest to you, authentic to you, and letting others see that. That's very freeing, that's very open. It allows other people to be in that space where they can feel open and able to freely communicate as well. But again, part of this is coming through in some kind of artistic way. It feels like you're very intuitive and you're very artistic. It almost feels like, I don't know what word to use. I almost want to say weird. Maybe the word is abstract. I don't know. Different would be a good word. It feels like sometimes you can be into something really different to express a different kind of emotion or feeling, or maybe even because of feeling like you're from somewhere else, maybe drawing upon that where you actually came from and bringing that through. So obviously that's going to come through in a very kind of different way, because it would feel very different from Earth and what people are used to. But there's a feeling like you pull that through. There's also, this was coming up when I was retrieving the code name actually. There's also a feeling, okay, I got to go back to the beginning here. So one thing I was picking up on was some angelic energies around you. Then another thing that was coming through really quickly was a connection to Egypt. And then specifically there was this lion goddess that kept coming through around you. So that would be Sekhmet. So this is like a very like raw, emotional, kind of charged kind of energy, even kind of goes along with the rune Sewelu. It is definitely a very kind of sun or masculine kind of energy where there's kind of raw power, charged power. And there's a feeling like it's very powerful to kind of let loose, and that's divine, and how you are able to do that, how you're able to express yourself in this way, even if you can be kind of quiet sometimes, because I get that feeling as well. I get the feeling that sometimes you can be kind of quiet or a little less communicative. Maybe it's because of who you're around, and you might feel awkward with certain people just because they're not quite like you, or maybe you just feel like having your own space. I feel like that's even more what it would be a lot of the time when that comes up. Not that that comes up as the dominant energy here. But when it does come up, it often feels like it just has something to do with being in your space. It also feels like you are a little empathic as well. That can be part of it. So this connection to Egypt is going back to at least one lifetime that you've had there. And not just Egypt in general, it feels like ancient Egypt. And this is why also this goddess is coming through. So this is like a very masculine energy, but at the same time in a feminine form. And she's very raw. She doesn't care what people think, and she lets her emotions come through in whatever way, in even like a kind of charged way. And I don't mean charged by negative, like a trigger, like someone can say something to you and it can set you off. I don't mean that. I mean a charge more like how the sun charges. It is energizing. So it brings life force, in other words. That's really the word that I'm looking for. It brings vitality. It brings energy. So she's definitely around you, as well as some angelic energies around you. And then there's also some extraterrestrial guide as well that I'm picking up on. There might be more. This is just who is coming through during this reading. The only one who's being super specific about who they are is this Sekhmet energy. And I can see why they would be more specific, just also because of what's coming through for the reading and what it's about. You can see how this energy, how this deity is guiding you and helping you, because these are the things that she's very good at herself. These things that she is opening you up to. I feel like you're open naturally, but at the same time, I feel like she helps you bring that out more. So even though there is this feeling like sometimes you can be more quiet and just want to be in your own space a little bit more because you are different, and you can pull in energies from others, at the same time, I feel like, especially in some areas, it feels like you really let loose, especially when it comes to your creative expression and whatever it is that you use or that you do to create and allow yourself the room, the space to come out in this authentic kind of raw way, where you can't really be judged either. People can't judge art as much, you know, especially not if it's abstract or if it looks a little, you know, funky or weird or different. They can't really say so much about art. You know, art is supposed to catch your attention. Okay, so that is all that your guides have to say for this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read you and connect to your guides. I truly hope that this reading will benefit you. Namaste.